Yeah, here we got a 295, 295, 791. Oh, this one's at over $1,000 and 285. Let's set this one up for us. Hey everyone, welcome back to another lawn mowing vlog. I've got a few things to talk about, but not a whole lot to talk about. There have been some things changed since the last time we talked, so it's nice that we actually have something to talk about. I don't feel like I have to come up with absolutely nothing to talk about. I don't mean like absolutely nothing as like, I don't know. I mean it as in like trying to struggle to find something, and the content of what I choose to talk about is just a nothing burger. And so I'm glad that I actually have something that I actually want to talk about a little. So that's kind of cool. Kind of stupid to say it like that, but whatever, it's fine. But what I want to talk about is that I apparently have been living under a rock, metaphorically and physically, because I didn't know that these were out. I didn't realize. I'll have it pictured somewhere here on the screen. I didn't realize that these were out. These freaking delicious ass strawberry pies at Burger King. Oh, fucking. I didn't know that there was like a SpongeBob thing going on. I know it's been going on for a while, apparently. I just have not been in the know because I haven't really eaten at Burger King that often. I don't watch TV, and none of my advertisement stuff gives me like stuff like Burger King or fast food. I would think that I would, like, even like Pizza Hut commercials, I would think that I would get more Pizza Hut commercials now that I've started working at Pizza Hut again. But no, instead what I end up getting, and internet, computer, guys fucking listen, don't start giving me that shit. It's bad enough that you got me freaking Spanish commercials for Christmas, like Christmas commercials in a different language, McDonald's commercials in a different language. I'll get those, weird as hell. Or like I'll get shit for like weight loss or pregnancy shit, and it's just like, I don't need Ozempic, I don't need Vitrium, I don't need Tallahassee's Wick Wack Pattinack or whatever the fuck. I'm a skinny, thin pencil of a man. I don't need that shit. So I don't know why it's fucking roaming about in my advertisements or whatever. So internet gods at me, stop sending me stupid internet ad bullshit. And no, I will not pay for premium just so that way I don't have ads. I'm too much of a cheap ass for that. And I'm too much of a lazy fuck to do an ad blocker. So I just put up with it. The other thing that is kind of interesting, it also pertains to, now, I loved Jack's Pizza, right? They were the best. You could get them for like $2. They were the best pizzas you could get at Wally World for the price that you were paying for, right? $2 for a thin piece of, with some sauce and cheese and some questionable topping, right? I think I just killed some plants. And so we would buy them at like 10 at a time, and you could getting 10 for like $20, and you're like, hey, this'll last me a couple weeks. It'll last me most of the month. It's freaking amazing. But now they're like what, $5-6 now or whatever. They're not worth, the quality of them are not worth the price that they are being priced at. But my roommates the other day stumbled across this gem. It was at Dollar General, oddly enough, and it's it's weird because like on the back side of it, it looks like a Hot Pocket. It looks absolutely like a freaking Hot Pocket, like in the packaging and everything. But the difference is that supposedly these are supposed to break kind of like a Twix bar, right? It shows that it has like a crease or whatever, and you're supposed to be able to cut down, right? And it definitely cut. It cut so well. It cut it so well that it looks like a deranged psychopath was having a Hot Pocket. Just take a look at this. Look at this. This is absolutely freaking asinine. Why in the hell, Jax, did you make something so disturbing to the public eye and sell it for whatever price it was at Dollar General? Probably $5, I would imagine. You get like 2 of these things, so you get like 4 sticks or whatever. But still, it's so fucking weird. It just, like I said, a psychopath cut this because they wanted to taste the whole bun, right? They're like, I ate half my Subway sandwich and saved the other half for you. And it's right down the middle. But that's what I want to talk about as far as food goes. Like, and honestly, after that, I'm kind of getting a little hungry. So I might eat something because I just finished stream. So like at the time of recording this, because yes, I messed up. I procrastinated a little too much. All right. I procrastinated a little too much. And I missed having this uploaded on Sunday. It's gonna happen. I'm just a guy. Sometimes we are forgetful, sometimes we're lazy, sometimes shit hits the fan and we don't have time to mess with it. But, that's why I'm like recording this right after stream, same day, so like you guys are getting this not raw, you guys are getting this like recorded, edited, uploaded all in the same day, within the same half day, because this is 1:30 in the morning right now as I'm recording this, and I'm just trying to think of everything that I wanted to talk about in all of it, and trying to get it ready to go, so that way whenever I go to lay down, if I sleep in for whatever reason by mistake, which hopefully I don't, because I've got a whole bunch of other shit I gotta get done today as you guys are watching this. And that kind of transitions to the other thing I gotta get done today. Last week I had to get my truck looked at because I went to like take the trash out while I was working a shift at Pizza Hut, right? And I was like, this looks weird. I was like, I glanced at my truck and I'm like, this doesn't look right. Like, what's wrong? And I like noticed that my driver's side front tire was just a little off, just a little bent, and I was like, I'm gonna get this looked at just to be safe. And I got it looked at, and apparently I needed new struts and an alignment, and had to spend $1,000 to do that. And that's not the worst part. So here's the worst part, because here's the whole story of what happened. I call him, I get it scheduled, it's all good. I wake up the morning of, I get there right as they open, 8 a.m. Right? It's like a half-hour drive for me. I get there, it's 8 a.m. They're like, all right, we'll get you in. And they're like, are you going to just drop it off? I'm like, I'm going to wait for it, just because like I have nowhere else to be. I have no other vehicle. I have no way to get around without that one. So I'm like, I'll just sit here and wait. And they're like, okay. They look at it. They tell me I need the struts. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, I knew it was probably going to be a little expensive to get my truck fixed for what looked like the damage was. Oh, I need it. A little bit of time passes after they tell me that. And Like, he tells the receptionist, hey, order the struts, blah, blah, blah. And so she only orders one strut because, like, the one strut was broke. Like, with the tire that I thought was messed up, that strut was broke. Like a spring or something was broke. I don't remember exactly what it was. I got the paper in the truck somewhere. But like a spring as part of the strut was broke, and they had to rebuild it. And order parts or whatever. So he orders it, and then apparently at like noon or 11:30, somewhere in that ballpark. I don't remember the exact time. Somewhere between 11:30 and noon. He goes and tells her, "Did you only order one strut?" Like, yeah, you only told me the one was broken. And he's like, well, you were supposed to order two because we're supposed to replace them in pairs because of like, he lists off like 3 different complications that can happen if you only replace one and don't replace them both together as a matching set or whatever. And so she felt kind of dumb about it, and she like, hey, so here's the problem. Explain the situation to me. And said that it was going to be a little bit more expensive than we originally told you, because of the situation. I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Still like in the mindset of like, I just need this done. I don't care what the price is. I just need this done because I got to be at work in like 2 hours, right? Well, not 2 hours. If it's 11:30, I had to be at work at 3. So I had like a couple hours wiggle room to work with. And so, then at about 1 o'clock, well, a little bit before 1, like 12:45, they're like, we got your truck done. They're finishing it up right now. And here's going to be the bill for it. And the bill ended up being, well, they originally told me because she had ordered the one, it was going to be like $400 or $500, and then with the second one, they're like, it's going to be $700. It ended up being $900 for whatever reason, and plus taxes and everything, ended up being like $1,000. And so I'm just like, I wasn't prepared to have to drop $1,000, but I knew I was going to have to drop something. I was just hoping that was going to be about $400 less than what it actually was. So I wrote on the credit card that I was so close to paying off. I've been trying to pay off my credit cards after buying the computers. You guys know this. I've talked about it before. But my credit card was down to like $2,500, and I just now threw on another $1,000 on it. So that's unfortunate that had to be the case. So I do that, but as like they're getting it done, getting it pulled around, I get a phone call. Well, I get a text message from work, and they're like, "Hey, it's starting to snow pretty bad." And I was like, okay, well, I'm still at the mechanic right now. I will be there as soon as I can for what they needed done. Someone had to go pick up their little brother or sibling or whatever from work. Not from work. They had to pick him up from school due to the severe weather. Because the radio had said, hey, we're under a winter advisory until like midnight. But it was like clear as day. There was no complications, and the guys on the radio were like, I don't know why they're calling for this early. Expected of like 1 inch tonight and maybe 1 to 3 around 11 p.m. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I get the truck at like 1 on the nose, and I start driving over to work, which is about, I want to say, maybe a 45-minute drive from the mechanic to work, give or take 10 minutes, right? About a 45-minute drive. So as I'm getting closer to that direction as I'm on the interstate, it like starts to snow a little bit. I'm like, okay, it's snowing, it's coming this direction. Not a big deal. And then it gets a little thicker. I'm like, oh, okay. I get about 1.5 miles from the exit where I need to go to get off at. And it's like, oh, this is actually a serious problem. This is actually pretty thick. This is kind of dangerous a little. And then I get to the exit ramp. I am at the entrance to the exit ramp, and I cannot see the overpass. That is about... I guess that would be maybe 100 feet in front of me. I don't know the exact measurement or distance that is. So I'm just going to say like a couple 100 feet. Because like there was a mix of like heavy snow and fog. So like it was very difficult to like see at one point, and I could not see the overpass at all. It was so thick, it was ridiculous. Like where the mechanic was, there was no snow, and like it's starting to move that direction. My work already had 3 to 4 inches of snow, and it was moving towards the direction of my mechanic shop. So it was pretty bad. So I ended up being at work like, I think I got there, I was scheduled at 3, I think I got there at like just about 2, factoring all the traffic and everything. So, and they're like, so here's the situation, explained to me. I'm like, oh great, and I'm supposed to be closing tonight. Fully expecting like a whole bunch of people to call in, and like out of my crew of 5 that I was supposed to have that night, 2 or 3 of them called in because the weather was so bad they could not drive through it. Because out of all of us at work, I am one of 3 people that have a vehicle that has 4-wheel drive. So that was fun. But we got through it. That was like this past weekend, whatever. So it was kind of recent. Oh, and obviously from the pictures of the pies that I took, I didn't know about them, so I ordered them while I was at work and ate them while I was at work because I wanted to enjoy them as soon as possible. Because apparently, I guess those things are ending because I was going to order another one yesterday, and I couldn't. Well, I could if I went inside, but they've removed them from the online menu. So I'd have to. They're like, although it's removed from the online menus, if your local restaurant still has them, ask them before they're all gone, because once they're gone, they're gone. As of, I don't know exactly what I will be doing at the time that this is out, like, because this will go out at 3 o'clock. So more than likely I will either probably still be at the mechanic shop if they, well, probably not, probably won't take that long to do the alignment again if it needs done. Oh, that's the issue, is I'm going back to the mechanic shop today because after they did the alignment, it kept pulling to the left a little bit. It kept pulling to the driver's side. So I was like, I want you guys to take a second look at this because I don't think whatever you guys did fully adhered. So it still drives. It feels like it pulls to the left a little. So just gonna have them do a checkup on it, make sure it's all still good and everything. Make sure that with that. And then I'm going to be getting propane. Well, I already have the propane. I've been trying to build a manifold system that I've run into a couple issues with. I was like trying to build it as far as like storage goes for legal reasons and safety reasons, and then also not finding the correct line that I need to use as my pigtail for my tank into my regulator that's on the outside of the building. So what I've done instead is... am I stuck? There we go. What I've done instead is I'm just going to have the one tank set up, because I was going to do a manifold system so I could have up to 4 tanks all attached and just go into one regulator. So that way I would have the same as like a regular stationary tank instead of buying a stationary tank, because that would be expensive. So I'm just going to have the 100-pound propane cylinder. I think it holds like 20 gallons of propane or whatever. So I'm going to have that. And that's going to supply the propane heaters that we have in the building in the 2 or 3 rooms that have them in. So I will finally have propane in for the first time in about 2.5 years. So it'll be nice to finally have heat for the winter again. The only reason I haven't had propane for 2.5 years isn't the fact that I couldn't pay for it. It was the fact that propane company that we were leasing the stationary tank from said, "You're not buying enough propane, so we're taking the tank back." I'm like, I only need it like once a year, once every other year, because of I use so little. I use a gallon a day because of the winter season for 3 space heaters, 3 like wall-mounted propane heaters in 3 different rooms. The rest of the building just stays cold as fuck. And so I was pissed. And so I have not dealt with that propane company since. I have not tried to rectify it. I have not tried to do anything, because there's no point. There was absolutely no point. So I finally decided that I'm gonna have a propane cylinder. I'm just gonna fill it up as it empties for the wall-mounted heaters, and the winters will be nice and toasty. So that'll be nice to have that finally again. But plan is for in the spring at some point I'm going to take a week off of work, and I'm going to get the bathroom remodel done. My plan is that in the spring, probably around like end of March, beginning of April, is the plan. But one of our employees at Pizza Hut is going to maternity leave for a cesarean section for recovery time, so they're going to be out for several months, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to take a week off so I can get a roll-off dumpster. I'm going to clear out a whole bunch of shit out of the warehouse. I'm going to get a whole bunch of shit thrown out that isn't necessarily needed anymore and it's just taking up space. And I'm going to get the bathroom remodel done, new decorative paneling put up in there. I'll get a shower installed. Finally have a shower again after the first time forever. Oh, actually, I don't think I've talked to you guys. I don't think I've said anything. I maxed, well, I maxed out the credit cards because of the computer, and I was paying them off, still paying them off. But I then maxed them out a second time because of buying stuff for bathroom remodel. So I bought a new vanity, new countertop. Wasn't necessarily needed, but I wanted to as part of the remodel. And the shower was already bought, but I ended up buying water heater, and I got a really good deal on the water heater from Menards, because I go to Menards. I go there way too much because I'm always doing a project that requires me to be at Menards, or did because of the house. So now I don't have the house, probably don't need to be there as much, but I usually go there for if I need something simple. But I asked the guy, hey, what's the biggest point of use water heater you got? And he's like, we have this, smallest one we have is 6, And then the largest one they had was a, I believe, I don't remember exactly what it is. I believe it is 20 gallon. I believe it's a 20 gallon point of use. So point of use means you can plug it into any 20 amp outlet and use it for like a bathroom, laundry room, whatever, for your hot water. So I bought it because the thing is, like, I was already going to spend like $300 or $400 if I was going to get the 6 gallon. So with the sale discount for the 11% rebate, I was only spending $40 for another 14 gallon of hot water. $40 for 14 gallons of hot water. There was no way I was not going to take that offer. I mean, that was a steal in the case, because also that was the last one that they had, because it was on rollback and they were getting rid of it. So I got it on a rollback price and with the rebate on top of that. So I got 2 discounts on it, which is why I was able to get it for like a $40 difference, which was super freaking nice. I was so excited about it. But yeah, so I got that for a good steal. I was super excited about that. I ended up spending, like, between the vanity countertop, the heater, and something else I don't remember what off the top of my head right now, I spent like $1,100. I got the vanity and top for $500, and then I spent about $400 and something for the water heater, and then I spent another $200 on something else. I don't remember what it was for. I think it had something to do with the actual shower install itself, but I don't remember off the top of my head right now. But that's what I'm looking at, work towards in distant future. Well, near distant future, I should say, since that's only like 3 or 4 months away. So that's the plan. As far as that stuff goes, that's what's been going on here as of late. So aside from that, we had I saw my Twitch recap for the year, which was kind of cool. We didn't do exactly double, but we did nearly double in size on Twitch, which was pretty cool. Did nearly double in size in Twitch. So I was super excited about that. Hey guys, not a whole lot to talk about, but something kind of interesting and fun. But as always, thank you guys so much for being a part of these little lawn vlog videos. I just think that they're kind of fun to do, talk with you guys a little bit, even if it isn't much. I think it's something. Maybe I can do more with this at some point. Maybe actually do something like fun or interactive. I don't know. I don't know. We only do it once a month. Do it by year. So this is just kind of for those of you that just want to be in the know and know what's going on with the not exactly day to day, but like the month to month, I guess, or whatever. But as always, try to have a better day than yesterday. We'll see you next one. Bye bye.